Hi everyone, welcome back to WATRENDS. From epic waterfalls to exotic zombie spiders, here are the 9 most mysterious things found in the Amazon. Number 9. Kangaroo fish. If a monster movie hasn't been made about the kangaroo fish, then there really should be one. This fish is pretty extreme, and you guys out there with a nervous disposition should probably cover your ears at this point. First discovered in the 19th century, this tiny but fearsome parasitic fish has a tendency to suck blood, and its entry point is often the penis. This fish resides exclusively in the Amazon basin, and it's kind of hard to see in the water. It has almost become an urban legend that while taking a leak in the Amazon River, watch out. Why? Because it will probably lodge itself inside your genitals and start sucking blood from the inside. And women aren't safe either. Swimming in kangaroo territory could land you in painful difficulty. However, the good news is that this horrible tale is probably more fiction than fact. It's never been truly established that this actually happens, as there is no physical proof of a victim. Everything has been passed down through stories, but so far, no one actually experienced it themselves, as far as scientists know. Also, people don't quite know what the kangaroo fish is, apart from the fact that it's a 5-centimeter long transparent parasite. There's an example called Vandalia serosa, and that's probably what people are referring to. And with it, there's no reports of eating humans from the inside. Phew! Number 8. The pink dolphin. Not everything in the jungle is scary. The Amazon River dolphin, or boto, is a freshwater dolphin, and no, your eyes are not playing tricks on you. This dolphin is pink. Fun fact, it is the largest species of river dolphin in the world. It grows between 2 to 3 meters long. That's about 8 feet, and it weighs 160 kilograms at maximum. That's around 350 pounds. Unlike its fellow flippers, it has a mobile head with a flexible neck. Its snout is also noticeably longer. The sad side to the story lies in human development, with the pink dolphin habitat threatened by factors such as irrigation, pollution, and fishing boats. They all see this adorable creature as a threat to their catch. Also, pink dolphins often get tangled in their fishing nets. It's extremely tough for river dolphins around the world, and the boto is considered endangered. Number 7. Capybaras. You know about giant tarantulas and scary snakes, but if that wasn't enough to give you nightmares, then how about giant rodents? Most of you don't like rats, let alone huge ones. Who does? But the capybara is a king-size version of the furry pests. Aw, look at that face. Though considered a pest, it's actually kinda cute, and many people have them as pets. They are the largest living rodent in the world and are closely related to the guinea pig. They don't have tails, and like ducks, they have webbed feet. This makes sense, because they love living in the water. And interestingly enough, they have dry skin, which requires constant moisturization. Capybaras are highly social creatures and can sometimes be found in groups of 100. While they may be a surprising animal to see in nature, you won't be in any danger, and they are more afraid of you than you might be of it. And now for number 6. But first, have you subscribed yet? If not, be sure to hit that button before you leave. We'd love to have you. Number 6. Giant anacondas. If you watched the movie Anaconda with Jennifer Lopez and Ice Cube back in the day and thought, hey, that looks kind of silly, you weren't alone, but it might be closer to reality than you might have thought. These snakes are huge and can be kind of sneaky. Some local tribes tell stories of giant snake monsters that are hiding in the jungle, much bigger than their counterparts, and were able to tackle a whole group of hunters in an instant. The anaconda can grow to around 8.8 meters long, almost 30 feet, and weigh 489 pounds. If you stumble upon one in the Amazon basin, you'd better be ready. Otherwise, you're liable to get crushed and swallowed. Giant snakes larger than this may have existed a few generations ago in the jungle. They were reported to be around 15 to 30 meters long. That's 50 to 100 feet. Explorer Percy Fawcett from the Royal Geographic Society apparently ran into an 18.9 meter, 62-foot anaconda while roaming around Bolivia. This was apparently one stinky snake with breath that could floor a rhinoceros. This tactic was used presumably to stun it before the snake devours it for its dinner. There are several written accounts like this by Fawcett and other explorers of giant snakes hiding in river basins. It's not clear what species this may have been, but much of the Amazon remains unexplored, and perhaps giant serpents still exist. Number 5. Darkness. It isn't all animals and insects here, you know. One of the most surprising things about the Amazon rainforest is how darn dark it can be. This pitch blackness can be found on the forest floor, which is covered by a canopy of plants so thick that the sun can't get through. Because there's no light, there's not much plant life down there. So where does the idea of dense jungle in this type of location come from? Well, this happens where the canopy is interrupted by the landscape or in open spaces. On the whole, you really aren't able to see. In some areas, the forest floor is so protected by the canopy that it even stops the rain from getting in. You'd probably have to hear the droplets before you realize what the weather was like. These places have been described as a kind of void, and if you don't have a torch, you might walk smack into a spider web. I'm guessing this would also make you very noticeable to any predator, so this isn't somewhere you really want to be. But hey, look on the bright side. If you do get taken out by a jaguar or something, your body will decompose better in the enclosed atmosphere. Not really selling you on this? Number 4. Zadypoda wasp. This newly discovered species of wasp was described as elegant looking and graceful, but this wasp, found in the Ecuadorian Amazon, is brutal. Like other wasp species, the Zadypoda wasp has a lovely exterior that hides a pretty weird and disturbing truth. The female wasp will lay her eggs on the abdomen of the Anelocymus eximius spiders, one of only about 25 species of social spiders worldwide. Researchers from the University of British Columbia that were on an expedition discovered that some of the spiders were acting strangely. Once the eggs are attached to the spider, the larva hatches and takes over the body. The core zombie spider is forced to leave the colony and spin a cocoon that will later on protect the wasp larva as they turn into adults. Scientists still aren't sure how the wasp is able to turn the spider into a zombie in the first place, controlling its brain and behavior. I mean, they can make the spider spin a completely different type of structure than it normally does. The spider can only wait for a long and painful death. Number 3. Iguazu Falls. If you're taking a trip up the Amazon River, then be sure to watch out for the Iguazu Falls. Why? Because it's a stunning location, but you just might go over the edge of it. Located between the state of Parana in Brazil and Misiones, an Argentinian province, the most incredible thing about the falls is their sheer scale. It's such a beautiful and amazing place that it was given the seal of approval by UNESCO, who deemed it a World Heritage Site in the 80s. Each country has designated the area as a national park, and if you want to visit both sides to see the view, you might need a visa for each one. The park receives over 1 million visitors a year. The word Iguazu translates as big water. On average, about 1,500 cubic meters of water flows every second. These falls are made up of nearly 300 separate waterfalls depending on the season, and they cover an area of 2.7 kilometers wide. That's over a mile and a half. The tallest of these waterfalls is called the Devil's Throat. It drops by more than 80 meters. That's 262 feet, nearly twice as tall as Niagara Falls. It's rivaled only by the Victoria Falls, which is taller, at 108 meters or 354 feet. It received a compliment from none other than U.S. First Lady Eleanor Roosevelt, who, when she saw the falls, exclaimed, "Poor Niagara. This place is so impressive and beautiful that it should definitely be on your bucket list." Number 2. Poisonous dart frog. One of the most poisonous creatures in the world is the tiny poison dart frog. The BBC has actually declared them the most poisonous animals alive. This tiny critter packs a punch. Found in the Colombian rainforest and other parts of the Amazon, these frogs range in size but never more than a matter of centimeters. They're around 1.5 to 6 centimeters in length. If you want a stare that'll make your eyes water, then how about the golden poison frog? It contains enough poison in its system to snuff out not just one human but 10. Most animals are only dangerous if they actually bite you, but poison frogs are generally toxic. Danger lurks in even licking one, although I'm not sure why you'd want to do that in the first place. So you should be okay. Indigenous peoples regularly hunt using the poison from the frog on their darts. They catch the frogs and keep them in a cane, making them stressed so that they produce more poison. A potential meal or an intruder doesn't stand a chance against a pointy payload of poison. Why these frogs became so poisonous and how they got their bright coloring is still a mystery to scientists. But nature is full of surprises. Neuroscientists are now studying the toxins to help develop new medicines. Number 1. alien sightings. Before you get too excited, just want to put a disclaimer out there. There hasn't been a confirmed alien or UFO sighting in the Amazon that you haven't heard about, but some articles are claiming that something mysterious was spotted via Google Maps, which looked weird enough to get people excited. Some people are claiming that this image is actually an ancient UFO hovering above the Amazon rainforest. If you do some squinting, you should make out what appears to be a line of lights poking out of the trees in this aerial shot of Rondônia, a state in northern Brazil. Even if you don't think it's a UFO, you have to agree that it looks pretty strange. The shape has been compared to a cigar, which is interesting because of reports of cigar-shaped alien ships over the years. The object has been spotted hidden within the trees and must be kind of big. It certainly hasn't been explained, so who can say what it is? We can say this: it isn't the only thing that's got people scratching their heads in the Amazon. There's also ancient round ditches referred to as earthen ring, causing confusion amongst eagle-eyed commentators. Other analysts have said it's just a trick of the eyes and the satellite lenses. What do you think? Are there UFOs in the Amazon? Is this evidence of alien spacecraft? Make up your own mind, and remember, the truth is out there. Thanks for watching. Which mysterious Amazonian thing was your favorite? Let me know in the comments below. Be sure to subscribe, and I'll see you soon. Bye.